It's less than 1 week to go to the historic convening of the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, and it is 83 days until somewhere out there in the vast expanse that is the United States, the last American will cast their vote in a fair and legitimate election for president of the United States. And if Donald Trump loses that election, he's made clear insurrection is on the holiday season event calendar. This is the warning. The polling meetings at the Trump campaign must look like the early days of Chernobyl for Gorbachev. It's meltdown city. Every day the numbers are worse. Kamala Harris's lead is growing. States that Donald Trump was stretching into his column improbably are gone, and swing states that he was leading, he's now losing. It's all slipping away, and he is enraged about it. He's looking for a reboot. So who else do you turn to? That's right, Elon Musk. I guess the best way to summarize what happened last night are the pleadings of fellow billionaire Bill Ackman. Elon, we can't get on. We can't get on. Donald Trump said crazy things this week. Things like the crowds at Kamala Harris's rallies aren't real. They're AI generated. The conspiracy theories are a bit much 10 years in. What we're seeing is somebody melting down because their toy is being taken away. And that toy is our lives, America, power. He's not going to get it back, and he knows it. He sniffs it out of the air. He feels it. He knows the energy is gone. Look at him. He's pale. And this man wants to be commander-in-chief of the nuclear arsenal? Again? No. There are serious events transpiring in the world. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin did something that is rarely done. He announced the presence of a ballistic missile submarine in the presence of the Middle East. It's an announcement. It's a warning to the Iranians. They're preparing an attack. It's said to be massive. Will it? Events can still determine the outcome of the presidential race. Home Depot has ominous news about the economy. Consumer spending on home improvements is slowing. There will be bumpy days ahead. Tim Walz is being smeared by Donald Trump and by the right-wing media, and sadly, by dishonorable former colleagues, despicably, including a former battalion commander of the unit, disparaging the 24-year service of the command sergeant major of the battalion, who retired with the rank of master sergeant, but served honorably as the lieutenant colonel knows. But this is politics, cruel business, despicable business. But somehow Kamala Harris is one of those people that's touched enough to bring back some joy, some grace. Look at the smile. Donald Trump's noticed it. He said she's beautiful. Compared her to Melania. Well, one thing's for sure, Melania hates him, even if Kamala Harris doesn't, and just wants to retire him forever from public life. The fact of the matter is that soon Donald Trump will be regaling patio guests, captives, club members, however you wish to think about it, at Mar-a-Lago for declining membership prices every year for the rest of his natural life, which no doubt will last till 115. And those people will get to hear how the election was stolen, how he's a victim, all the grievances, all the millions of them. But all the rest of us won't. We'll be spared from it because the country's moving on from 10 years of this insanity, 10 years of debacle, 10 years of Trump, the dominant cultural figure, because of the broken media, because of the greed of the media corporations, because of cynicism, because of the lust for power. Something better is on the way. And it's coming soon. 9 days until Kamala Harris gets ready to speak. It's going to be great. This is a moment of generational change. This is a moment of renewal. And this is a moment that will demonstrate the resilience of democracy, how quickly things can go from darkness to light, how quickly from despair to hope. These are historic days, unprecedented days politically. All of the signs point to a breaking system. And the system has lifted somebody up who has offered a restorative. And that's Kamala Harris, the daughter of immigrants from Oakland, California, the Vice President of the United States, on the edge of becoming the Democratic nominee at a consequential hour when freedom is on the ballot. Freedom to choose, to live your life, to pursue happiness. That is what MAGA seeks to take away with the dogma of control that holds you are a cog in the machinery of the state. You serve the leader and his cause. No thanks. This is America. If you want to bandage your ear and venerate Donald Trump, build a big shrine in your backyard, knock yourself out. But the majority of us, I suspect, will not stand for your imposing the imposition of Trump on the country by a minority that is angry that the majority of us don't want it. We don't want it. We don't want to be told what to do from cradle to grave by religious hucksters and political fraudsters. We don't want to be bossed around. We don't want to be intimidated and threatened. We don't want a president who promises revenge and retribution. We want normalcy. We want decency. We want respect, good judgment, kindness. The country will want Vice President Kamala Harris. I'm standing on the shores of a beautiful spot, Lake Huron, Mackinac Island in Michigan. This is a place that is frozen in time. There are no motorized vehicles here. It has always been that way from 1896. Yet the signs of American progress are all around us. Americans walk down the streets eating ice cream cones, not at war with one another. Blacks and whites, women wearing hijabs, men wearing yarmulkes. This is the real America, not a country at war with itself, not a collection of the lowest common denominator thugs who got elected to an office in Washington, D.C. We are not 350 million Marjorie Taylor Greens, but in a nation of 350 million people, you're going to get some of those. We should understand, though, that those people aren't us and don't embody the great virtues that built the country to make it possible to dream of the day when we will truly live in a just society. And that's what politics is about. That's what these conventions are about. These are historic affairs and gatherings. History will be made this week on the way to the election of the first woman president of the United States, President Kamala Harris, the 47th president of the United States, who will take the oath of office at noon on January 20th while Donald Trump cries in Mar-a-Lago. And that will be a good day. This is The Warning. 83 days. Do something. Get involved. I'm Steve Schmidt. This is The Warning. And I invite you to subscribe on our Substack, on our YouTube channel. Follow us. Welcome to the community.